twice and play Connor Rosie before he's ready to return from injury. He's been named in Sunday's extended squad for the game against the Hawks at Adelaide Oval. Coach Ken Hinkley says they'll make the best decision they can at the time with the information they have.
Everyone's got a question after the event, and the reality is we do everything we can. I've got great faith that we will do the right thing that will get Connor through his next game of football and many more to come.
Round 10 continues tonight. It's Sydney v Carlton at the SCG. Adelaide United has announced the departure of 3 defenders. Nick Ansell, Lachlan Barr and Harry van der Sarg will be leaving the Reds. And Leeds United is only 1 win away from a return to the EPL after smashing Norwich 4-0 this morning. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at St Cliff-Burst Watermain today. Brighton Road outbound as you're about to head up Ocean Boulevard. Got left-hand lane closed there with speeds at 40. Major works at Trinity Gardens, McGill Road near Melrose Avenue, speeds at 40 there. And Fullerton Road busy just near Glen Osmond Road for some works. Down 1 lane in both directions. Look out for a camera today. Old Princess Highway at Nairn. Dan Murphy's don't match. They beat prices. St Hallett Faith Shiraz, $12 for My Dan's members. End Sunday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast: mostly sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow 17, Sunday cloudy and 17, and Monday 19. Right now it's 21 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, an elderly Adelaide couple found safe after vanishing in the Flinders Ranges. Power bill relief for every household. Tonight, the simple move that could double the financial help from July. Exclusive, the true impact of drowsy driving. And an exciting natural remedy to treat rheumatoid arthritis. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The 5AA Sports Show, Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Well, the SANFL want to move to Footy Park and the Crows want to buy the lease off the SANFL for FIVEAA Oval and build a home base.
Right, yes.
Standing in the way is the Charles Sturt Council. The big play needs to be our government saying, I'm sick to death the council's getting in the way of progress.
The 5AA Sports Show.
That level of bureaucracy is an absolute joke.
Weekdays from 4 p.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Sorrow is the sucker punch that takes the wind out of you. Just when you start to focus again, grief cloaks you in darkness. But then you feel yourself lifted into the light. Distinctive Funerals gives you the strength to say goodbye your way. distinctivefunerals.com.au.
Happy birthday to you! 1, 2, 3.
There's a good reason so many people celebrate their birthday at the Dutch Pantry Cafe. A whole menu of authentic Dutch food for brekkie, brunch or lunch. Think of classics like croquettes, mini Dutch pancakes and Dutch pea soup, along with chip cones and Biscoff milkshakes. However old you're turning, celebrate at the Dutch Pantry Cafe. OG Road, Clemzig, open 7 days. Look for the Big Windmill.
New Zealand. Spectacular, safe, friendly and the perfect getaway destination. Holiday Wonders offers the most value-packed 17-day fully inclusive Grand Pacific holiday package. Fly direct from Adelaide with Air New Zealand and tour both the North and South Islands with meals, accommodation and endless highlights. Enjoy over $1,000 per couple in bonus value and a $200 per person discount. Regular departures available from September 2024 to May 2025. holidaywonders.com.au.
Shopping should be exciting, not dull, an adventure, not a chore, and fresh, not routine. So experience something new at Newton Central with Drake's, Serenity Hair & Co, Fandy Scissorhands, Terry White Chemist, Glitter and Polish Nail Salon, and many more, including the brand new Séjour Club, an independent boutique with one-of-a-kind handcrafted apparel and jewellery from 2 local designers. Want something new in your life? Choose a new local. Choose Newton Central, Gorge Road, Newton.
Mackenzie, great game, and I just want to know your response to the news that Kia's getting a ute.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of excitement and a lot of people keen to get their name on it, but all I can say for now is that utes are required to be tough, brick wall tough, so I'll be putting my best foot forward and hoping they make the right decision.
Sorry, Naka. It's called the Kia Tasman. Register your interest at kia.com.au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
If you've seen Aldi's low prices, you may have thought they're having a sale, but they're not.
And here's how you can tell. If there was a sale, I'd be talking like this and saying, hurry, on a megaphone while a time bomb ticks and dollar signs flash before your eyes and your ears ring with a cha-ching! But there is no sale. Just low prices every day at Aldi. So you can sit back, relax and enjoy the soothing everyday sound of an Aldi checkout. Aldi, good different.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon, it's 10 minutes past 3 here on 5AA and we are now live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream. It's World Whisky Day tomorrow, so let's get into it.
Welcome to Foodie Friday, thanks to Smeg and Parafield Airport Liquor.
Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen is in the studio. Chris, I cannot tell you how excited we are about World Whisky Day in my house.
Yes, good afternoon, Stace. Good afternoon, listeners. Yeah, today's show started with World Whisky Day.
Yeah. Because usually you start with the food and then we
Yeah.
match the wine to it. Well, we don't. The boys at Pals do.
I
'cause
will
they're
send.
experts.
I normally send a message to Jamie and Sam and say, I want to do chicken this, and they'll say, right, we've got this beautiful wine to match your dish. But I actually sent a message and I said, look, don't know what I want to do this week. You send me something, and then bang, it's World Whisky Day tomorrow, and he's actually sent me one of my favourite whiskies.
Oh, they're good, aren't they?
Which is Australian, Tasmanian. It's the Lark, and we've got the classic classic cask whiskey.
Uh-huh.
So I was just saying that they get barrels as well from wineries, and they do a Para cask. They do a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
So this is their classic cask.
This is the classic.
Bit of
And
a
so you mentioned Lark Distillery is in Tassie. So it's an Aussie whiskey company. And I hope he's not listening because I've bought a bottle of it for my husband as a surprise.
Well, when I sent you the message.
Yeah, because he is a big whiskey fan, and remember the scumbags that broke into our house took his whiskey. So look at this, but look at the. Oh, you're giving me some. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to get straight into the tasting.
All right, why not? Because look at the beautiful. Can I just show you on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream? Look at the beautiful box this comes in. It's like a book. Look at that.
And I think often when you
Sound
buy
effects included.
when you buy the limited edition ones, you get a little one with it.
Oh, cool.
So look, it's a
very
great
cool.
gift coming up to Father's Day. Well, it's a few months away.
Okay, so what did you get? You just gave me the whiskey.
Okay.
What is this? It's not neat. Is it neat?
I've put one little ice cube.
One little ice cube.
They say when you're tasting whiskey, either like one little ice cube, or some people have a little bit of spring water with it, and that brings out the flavour of the whiskey.
Interesting.
So this is the Lark Classic Cask Whiskey. 500ml bottle would normally cost you $2.20, but it's on special until Sunday for $1.79. So it's not the cheapest whiskey on the shelf, but it's well worth.
No, but look at that discount.
Yeah, that's good.
$2.20 usually. It's down to $1.79 until Sunday.
So World Whisky Day is always celebrated on the third Saturday
good.
in May. So this year that makes it tomorrow, Saturday 18th of May. It's a celebration of all forms of whiskey from around the globe.
It just hit the throat. It's going down. It's warm. It's warming you up. We're going to have a cool weekend.
So they even celebrate Scottish, Irish, American, bourbon and rye, Japanese, of course. And here in Australia, we are making some of the most incredible whiskies, and a lot come out of Tasmania. So Pals have a huge range of whiskies on offer if anyone's been down there.
Oh, my God, it's huge. Oh, my God, it's going down the throat.
Let a little bit of that ice cube melt, and it'll make it a lot smoother.
They have. They also have an airport hangar dedicated to whiskey because they're at the airport. They have an entire wall in the airport hangar that's dedicated to whiskey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you're a whiskey fan, you need to get down to Pals and check it out. They have an entire wall.
Yeah. Oh, there's some crazy whiskies out there, like some. Okay, so what I've tried to match with this today is some smoked pork ribs.
Oh.
So I have some meaty pork ribs. And look, if you don't have a smoker, you can do it in the oven by adding some wood chips or in your barbecue.
Ah.
But if you've got an oven, a smoker, it's ideal.
Where would you add the wood chips if you're doing it in the oven at home?
So, well, not in your barbecue if it's not a smoker.
Barbecue,
just
yep.
put a little thing and burn the wood chips and have just like a little bit of smoke coming off the wood chips.
Okay,
in a
so
little
just
container.
put them in a like a separate sort of grilling tray.
Yeah.
Buy one of those plastic, the aluminium trays or
Yep.
something that can move in and
So
out.
you can do that in a Weber if you don't
Yep.
have a Weber smoker.
Put the wood chips in it and
Yep.
just put it in the barbecue, not under the meat or anything, but just to create that smoke inside the barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the meaty American ribs, you got to ask for the American style meaty ribs. There's a lot more meat on them than the Italian or Greek style pork ribs.
Yeah.
And then you need to remove that membrane on the back, and that means when you're actually eating the ribs, they'll be even more tender. So there's a really thin membrane on the back of the ribs, and you just peel that off. And then you get a yellow mustard and rub the ribs both sides. And from the barbecue store, you get your favourite rub.
Yep.
And sprinkle the rub on the ribs. I make my own rub, which is basically lots of salt. They say kosher salt, but I use like a sea salt.
Yep.
Cracked black pepper. I put in there cumin, smoked paprika, oregano, and brown sugar.
Oh.
And that helps get that crust. It's like when you're doing the brisket.
The crispiness.
Yep. So
Ooh.
put that in, and then they'll go in the smoker for 2 hours on 110 degrees. Then you take them out of your smoker, and you either got some really good thick alfoil, or a few sheets of alfoil, or brown butcher's paper or craft paper.
Okay.
And then you put the ribs in there with the bone going sort of like that.
Okay, so over the top. So the meat's on the bottom, bones on top.
No, the meat on the top.
The meat's on the top.
Yeah. So that's the way you would put it in the smoker as well.
Right.
So then I mix brown sugar, balsamic or sticky balsamic if you can find it, and a cup and honey. Mix that all up.
When you say sticky balsamic, is that like a drizzle, like a balsamic salad drizzle thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
There is a Chris Chalmers sticky balsamic.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry.
But mix those three together and then pour that all over the top, wrap it, roll it, wrap it, fold it in, and then back in the oven for another 2 hours. And they should look like this. So
you've done 4 hours total. The first bit was 2 hours. Then you come out and you put the sticky glaze on top, and then in for another 2 hours.
Unfortunately, like low and slow smoking, slow cooking, it's a labour of love. So it's not going to happen overnight.
Yep, that's okay. Nothing unfortunate about it. Okay, hold on. Before you plate it up,
I'm going to make a slaw next.
Oh, you're going to make a slaw. Okay, so he's going to make the slaw, and you've got a mac and cheese as well. Did you just think, what does Stacey like? And tick everything off my box: smoked meat, macaroni and cheese, whiskey,
ribs.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so we're going to get into the slaw and mac and cheese next.
You want to shut out the wind and rain in winter, or the sun, flies and mozzies in summer, but you don't want to sacrifice your view? Then you need Phantom Screens. For protection from sun, wind and rain all year round, Phantom's SA-made outdoor motorised blinds can span up to 12 metres wide. They offer effortless automation, a blind that's there 1 minute and gone the next. From the hills to the coast and everywhere in between, choose Phantom Screens. Get inspired online at phantomscreens.com.au.
Good health is contagious. And at Bupa, we're helping our almost 4 million members live healthier. Join Bupa for award-winning health insurance and feel good health catch on.
Thank goodness for appliances. Well, I mean, Chris Chalmers, you'd know all about that.
Oh, I love appliances. I love stoves, blenders, beaters, and my wife Linda, she's literally got every machine that's ever come out.
Every Smeg machine?
Yes, every Smeg. She's got the pastel colour now, matching blue for the whole kitchen.
Yeah, they've got good colours, don't they?
Yeah, and they also do the Dolce & Gabbana range. Have you seen that?
No.
You know, yes.
Oh, wow.
Smeg do a Dolce & Gabbana range of everything. The kettle, the blender, fridge. So if you're into your Italian fashion designers, you can...
There you go.
Dress your kitchen.
You can have a kettle made by Dolce. Dolce & Gabbana. There you go. Well, we know how important appliances are. They mean we can spend more of our life enjoying life. We don't have to waste so many hours umming and ahhing over which appliance is right for us, because that's made easy thanks to the legends at the Adelaide Appliance Gallery. It is your best destination for the best appliances. They have the best advice and, as you said, Chris, the best deals on Smeg. Right now, when you choose Smeg's Portofino cookers and hoods, you'll save up to $1,300. So it's just another way Adelaide Appliance Gallery helps make your life easier. So make sure you head into the Adelaide Appliance Gallery at 155 Paynham Road, St Peters, for all of your Smeg and other needs, or visit adelaideappliancegallery.com.au.
If you're packing up your family to travel across the land will treat you different in a Dave Benson caravan.
Our 30-year sale is on now. Save across our entire range of caravans, RVs and camper trailers. All the big brands, all on sale. Victory, Highline, Essential, Network RV and Cub Caravans. Hurry, sale ends Sunday. So clear out the calendar and cancel all your plans, because there's never been a better time to visit Dave Benson Caravans.
The fresh food people at Woolworths are constantly improving their own brand food range to help Aussie families. From using premium ingredients to the care put into the preparation of every product, Woolworths has created a great range of tasty, high-quality products with great value. To celebrate their own brand range, Woolworths is opening Woolworths Table, a free pop-up restaurant with a special menu designed by Aussie chef Hayden Quinn. To book your seat at Woolworths Table, visit www.table.com.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
21 minutes past 3 and we are in the middle of Foodie Friday, thanks to Smeg and Pals. Pals, our team at Parafield Airport Liquor, have given us a whiskey today. Mike on the text line has said, what's the whiskey again? Mike, it is the Lark Classic Cask whiskey. It's from Lark Distillery.
And it comes in a really cool looking bottle.
It does come in a really cool looking bottle and box. Jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream. I'm showing it off now.
Sometimes that helps buying things. I think the bottle has a big part in...
Well, it's an experience. Yeah. You're not just buying a bottle and sitting it on your cabinet.
And their little miniature one looks like a hip flask, so that'd fit in your jacket pocket nicely. Little sip here and there. Okay, so with what goes perfect with smoked food, obviously, is a mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is very simple. You're making your bechamel sauce with flour, butter, milk, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of chicken powder or vegeta. So melt the butter.
Is it vegeta? I've always said vegeta.
I think it's vegeta, yeah.
Forget about it.
So melt the butter, add the flour. Make sure you warm your milk so it helps not get lumps, and add all the milk, whisk that, and let that on a low heat just bubble away a bit, and that cooks out the flour. And then throw in your cheese, your Parmesan, your jack cheese, your
you'd want some
shredded
jack cheese
mozzarella.
For this. Yeah.
If you're into blue cheese, you can put blue cheese in there. Any sort of cheeses is fine. Cook your macaroni. I use like the little San Remo macaronis, and then give that a good mix. Now, normally I'm not going to do it today in the studio, but normally I would make this, and then I would put it in a dish, some breadcrumbs and Parmesan, and gratinate that. So
that's the best bit of mac and cheese. I mean, all of it is delicious, but that crispy, breadcrumby, crunchy top, cheesy, breadcrumby top, mwah, chef's kiss.
When I finish this, you're going to need those wet ones, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's not on the recipe, but
I stupidly wore
I've done it before.
Shiny blue top today.
I'm going to make a quick slaw as well.
Oh, okay. Tell us, what's in your slaw?
So slaw is just some red onion, finely chopped, some grated carrot, some wombok, and some spring onions, fresh parsley, salt and pepper.
That whiskey's so good.
I'm going to make... Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot of cabbage.
Yeah.
Do you know how expensive cabbages are at the moment, Chris?
I heard that, yeah. Well, I've got the Chinese cabbage. Are they still expensive too?
Oh, I don't know.
I reckon if you go down the market and hit up a couple of those Asian grocers there,
Yeah.
you'd probably get it real cheap.
Oh, look at that. So much colour. I love a slaw. It's always the dressing of a slaw, though, where I feel like I fall over. So what do
Okay.
you put on top? Oh,
You know,
he's
I
got the
always
huge
bring this
jug. Yeah.
big bottle of Kewpie mayonnaise or Japanese mayonnaise.
Yep.
So we're going to go a drizzle of that.
A drizzle? A drizzle? I think you just put 300 grams in.
A big drizzle. And then my house white balsamic dressing.
Oh.
So that's, if you look in the previous recipes whenever I've done salads, that is definitely there to be found.
Okay, so some white balsamic and a few other things in there.
Now, I've got gloves on, so I'm going to give this a good mix.
Oh, yummy. Jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream to watch along. Trust me, I wish you could be in here with me, though. While watching it is fun, it's not going to do it any justice because it smells
This is the key.
amazing.
Get the gloves off without getting dirty.
Oh, okay.
And then, what you could put in here as well, which would go really good with the pork, is some sliced apple.
Oh, yeah, some apple slaw. That would be good.
Actually, I'll put that in here. I'll do your own little plate here.
Oh, were we going to share a plate?
No, I'll do one plate for you, and then the rest will go to the boys out in the studio because they've already seen what's happening today. So
Yeah, Rowie and Timmy always want in. They always want in on this. Can you blame them?
no,
No.
it's very nice.
No, not at all.
All right, there it is. Your smoked pork ribs,
Oh.
your slaw, and your mac and cheese. Now I will hand that
Thank
to
you,
you.
sir. Oh my goodness, look at this. Jump on those ribs. Oh, here we go. Have a little look at that. Look at that. The ribs, the slaw, the mac and cheese. Yum.
So the meat should come off the bone really easily, but you don't want it to fall off the bone. So the key
I've
is
got to try the mac and cheese first because
getting it to that stage. And when you're cooking your ribs, like all ovens will work different. So,
Okay.
put a skewer in the rib. If it comes out really easy, it's ready.
It's ready.
So don't be afraid to unwrap them, check
Because you don't
them.
want to cut it.
And you
So-
don't want to overcook them.
No.
And then they just fall apart. Any good?
Oh my goodness. That is, you can really taste the difference between that crunchy glaze. It's the crunchy glaze on top. Sorry, I'm talking to you with glaze all over my mouth. But that's what happens with ribs.
Yeah, you got to get
Need a
in.
bib.
It's not a first date food, but it's really good
I don't know what
food.
dates you're going on, but I'd eat this on a first date.
They say don't eat crabs
Why?
on a first date. You know when you get.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Who goes to a restaurant on a first date where you can have crabs?
yeah. And I was going to say
Not at the start of the night.
Joke
Yeah, I know.
there. Hopefully, don't
Keep going.
get
Move on. Move on. Move on.
Yeah, no, we'll go straight past that. If Rowie was here, he'd let it go for sure.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
And look at that. They're cooked perfectly. It's not overcooked. There's a little bit of pink.
Yeah, so if you're looking at celebrating World Whiskey Day, head on down to Powell's. And look, if that one's a bit above your budget, I'm sure there's other whiskies there.
Mm-hmm.
They've got lots of Canadian whiskies, American whiskies. So if you like your bourbon-style whiskies...
Yeah, they've got a whole wall.
Yeah. Have you heard of Pappy Van Winkle?
No, what's that?
That's a bourbon, but it's crazy. And then you got
Do you know the difference between a bourbon and a whiskey? I don't. I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't...
That wasn't a trick question.
No. I think bourbon... There's probably a different way. I know some bourbons are a little bit sweeter than your normal Scotch whiskey style. If you like that movie John Wick,
Oh, yeah?
he drinks this bourbon with it's got a horse on the cork.
Oh,
And
no.
because I love
haven't
the
seen
John
it.
Wick movie, I buy that, and it's a cool looking bottle. I
Oh.
can't remember the name of it, but it's got like a horse, a little metal horse. But if you watch the movies, he's drinking it in the first movie. So,
okay.
And and Keanu Reeves actually loves bourbon. A little bit too much. Apparently.
Okay, a little bit too much, perhaps. We do have a text here from Quinton. Hi, Chris. When I make mac and cheese, I add some sour cream or yogurt, then I feel like it's healthy.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I've got a customer that comes in the restaurant, and I don't know if this is a thing. If he's listening, Mark Reed.
Hey, Mark.
He has cocktail sauce with his mac and cheese.
Oh, like prawn cocktail sauce, like the orange sauce.
Yeah. He was actually
That's
in
a bit...
2 nights ago, and he always orders the mac and cheese, and he asks for a side of cocktail sauce. And I'd never heard of that till he told me.
Really?
That. But apparently it might be a thing, or it's just him.
Anyone else or just him?
Just him, I think. Yeah. Oh, he might give it to his friends, but yeah.
Maybe. Your mac and cheese does not need any sauce with it. This is
good?
delicious. So good. So good. Thank you so much. I keep eating it and forgetting I've got to talk.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard thing about doing a food and wine talk show. If you're tasting.
I know. I always forget.
Oh.
That's fine.
There's worse things out there.
There are worse things out there, so I'm sorry if you don't like hearing people talk while they eat. You're stuck with me for Foodie Fridays and Chris Jarma, but how lucky are we that we get stuck with each other for Whiskey, World Whiskey Day and Foodie Fridays.
Yeah, and next week we're going to have a big red because we're heading into... Well, we haven't had any rain, but it's getting colder.
It's getting colder. Yeah, it's going to be, what did they say, 5 degrees overnight on Saturday night.
So... If listen in next week, I'm going to do something which will go with a really big red.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Chris.
No worries, Stace.
You can jump online as well to check out Chris's recipe for his smoked ribs. He's also got the mac and cheese recipe online as well. That was Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen for Foodie Friday. Thanks to Smeg and Pals. If you're building or renovating, your first choice should be visiting the Smeg showroom at Debney Distributors. Taste the difference with Smeg and, of course, with Pals, the home of all of Australia's great wines. And as we've discovered today, whiskies as well.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. 3 people are in hospital after a truck battery exploded at Waterloo Corner, leaving them with serious facial burns. Snowtown accomplice Mark Ray Hayden is now living in the community at an undisclosed location. It comes ahead of his 25-year sentence officially expiring next week. The Australian Electoral Commission is apologising after residential and postal addresses of political candidates were published online. And in sport, Adelaide United has announced the departure of Nick Ansell, Lachlan Barr and Harry van der Sarg. The 5AA forecast, mostly sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow, 17. Right now it's 20. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
The 2024 Host Plus sample season is in full swing and nothing beats it.
Timmy, we're so excited. We're taking the show on the road to the Elizabeth Tavern next Friday, the 24th of May, for 5AA's Sample Live.
Make sure you stop in, see us from 4 p.m. We'll have a free beer for the first 100 people, heaps of prizes, appearances, chats with a bunch of sample legends and more.
We'll see you at the Elizabeth Tavern. Enjoy knockoffs with happy hour 4 to 7, Monday to Friday, selected pints and base spirit $6. Drink responsibly.
We know what you get up to in bed. Reading, scrolling, binging, and the other stuff. Complete Comfort designs beds you can adjust for every activity. They have active zones you can adjust in seconds to get the right pressure, position, and circulation for a more restful sleep. And they look just like your average bed. What you do in bed is up to you, but it's always better to do it with Complete Comfort. Visit CompleteComfort.com.au or try for yourself at the Wayville showroom.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell & O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell & O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell & O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family owned and operated, because it's personal.
Dreaming of a getaway? Now's the perfect time. With the G'day Parks app, not only do you get access to more parks in more places, but if you book on the app before the 31st of August for travel anytime this year, you'll be entered into the draw to win free fuel for a year. A whole year of free fuel. Book to win and get away on us. G'day Parks, the easy way to get away. Here's good. G'dayParks.com.au. T's and C's apply. Permit number ACT TP 24/00628.
Hi, it's Wayne from Wayne Fellas Kia. If you're in the market for a new car, you can't go past Kia at SA's most awarded Kia dealership, Wayne Fellas Kia. We've got a huge range on display now with electric vehicles including the high-performance EV6 and the new EV9, a simply amazing large SUV. If you already own a Kia, book it in for a service at our new state-of-the-art service centre at Lonsdale. Mention this ad and you'll get a free car wash with your service. At SA's most awarded Kia dealership, Waynefellas Kia, Main South Road, Ranella.
After 25 years of delivering perfect service, ACET Couriers is evolving to better reflect what they do now. They're not just couriers, they're your go-to for fast, secure and reliable national transport solutions, now known as ACET Transport Solutions. Darren, Chris and the team at ACET Transport Solutions have a fleet of over 220 vehicles delivering any size parcel and any size pallet to anywhere in Australia. Book online at acettransport.au. Don't send it, ACET.
There are some things in life you never knew you needed, but now you can't live without. Like Hubble. Hubble is an instant upgrade for your TV. You used to search each streaming app to find a show. Now it's on one screen. You used to pay full price. Now you can get discounts on eligible apps. Once you upgrade with Hubble, you'll never go back. Get it now for just $99.
Applies to Hubble small device. Broadband and separate app subscriptions required. Stack and Save requires 3 or more eligible subscriptions.
Always local. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
25 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Oh my goodness, I'm still eating these ribs and that mac and cheese. Oh my God. Jump online, check out Chris Jarman's recipe because that mac and cheese is absolutely beautiful. Thank you to Sam from Exeter. He sent me a text. I commented earlier and said I'm not totally sure of the difference between whiskey and bourbon. Sam says bourbon is made from corn, whiskey is made from grain. There you go. Who knew? Well, you did, Sam. Thank you for the text. 0448 08 1395 is the number to send me a text or give me a call. 8223 0000 is the number to jump on the phone. Well, this time on a Friday, we like to talk about what is coming up over the weekend, but we're getting in a little bit early this week because our first event that we're going to talk about is on next week. It'll be on this time next week. Ian Steele is the founder of Kickstart for Kids and joins you now. Hi, Ian.
Hi, Stacey. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time. So tell us, there's a fundraiser happening this time next week. What is it?
That's right. It's Kickstart for Kids Against Period Poverty at Seoul up at Sky City. A great event. We've got about 150 ladies coming along to, I guess, celebrate Kickstart for Kids Against Period Poverty and raise some money for us to go out and buy tampons and pads for all the beautiful schoolgirls that do it tough out in the suburbs.
I think it would be surprising for a lot of people to know that there is a thing called period poverty, and it's so bad that it has a name.
Correct. That's right. And you know, there are girls missing, weeks and weeks and weeks. Well, you think they're probably missing 10 or 11 weeks of school every year because they don't have the necessary sanitary items to use during when they have their period. You know, there are girls using scrunched up pieces of newspaper, towels, rags, dishcloths, whatever they can to get them through. And in fact, Stacey, 1 in 5 females in Australia experience period poverty. And what that means is that, we've got this cost of living crisis. So, mums and ladies are going without something in their shopping trolley, generally food, in order to buy a period product. And, at Kickstart for Kids, we're all about getting these beautiful kids who are doing it tough, educated. And if they are missing weeks and weeks of school, they're already behind the 8 ball in trying to get a positive educational outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't think of a better cause at the moment, Ian. So if someone does want to go along next Friday at Seoul Rooftop, 12:30 to 3:30, it's a lunch. I'll be busy. I hope you'll have 5AA on in the background. Yeah, I'll be a bit busy at that time. Yeah.
Of course we will. Yeah. But it's going to be a great great event. We've got some wonderful ambassadors, and all of the proceeds go to us purchasing pads and tampons, which then get distributed to all of the schools around South Australia.
If people can't come along, but they do want to help out, can they bring you some sanitary items, or what else can they do?
Yeah, well, they can just go online and they could donate, but if they go into every national pharmacy store, there is a period poverty bin in one of those stores, and they can just put a packet of tampons or pads in it, or go down to a warehouse on James Melrose Road. There's a bin out in front of that, and drop a packet of tampons or pads into that.
Great. Ian, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for supporting us.
Thank you for letting us know, and make sure you've got 5AA on in the background at the lunch next week.
We will.
I'll be
Thank
waiting
you.
for you to call in. Thanks. It's Ian Steele, the founder of Kickstart for Kids, and that is the period poverty fundraiser next Friday. Something a little bit closer in terms of your calendar. This weekend is the 40th anniversary of the Clare Valley Gourmet Week. It's now a week. I feel like back in my day when we used to go to Clare for the weekend, it was a weekend. So to tell us all about it is Marnie Roberts. She's an ambassador for Clare Gourmet Week, but she's also the owner and head winemaker at Matriarch and Rogue. Marnie, hello. Thanks for your time.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah, good.
Fantastic.
Now,
it was a weekend, it was. I know,
Yes.
a week long now, just to party hard.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, is it?
and I'm told you were one of the driving forces behind the change of extending it from a weekend to a week.
Yeah, there was a group of us, a nice events committee, and the weekend was great, but it's just not long enough. And Clare is quite small and accommodation-wise to get people through, and we just wanted to spread the events. There's the festival, but now we have the lovely long lunches, and there's so many other things, like regionally, to look at as well, from, not just in Clare Valley itself, but also to Burra and on the way at Riverton, and there's the art show on. So it's not just food and wine now, it's actually a really big regional festival, I would say, as well.
Yeah, and as you say, there's lunches, there's dinners you can do, there's tastings, there's always good DJs. The one thing, well, the two things I remember from my Clare Valley Gourmet Weekend, when it was a weekend, well, number one was the headaches after all the beautiful wine, but number two is it can be a party vibe. If you want to go there for a party vibe and see a DJ and have some beautiful wine with your friends, it's the place to be.
Correct, yeah. So there are some, really big party events and festival events. A couple of them off the top of my head is there's the Sailing Club, and they're in the Brick Pavilion at the Showgrounds, which is just being done up. And I had a quick look at it today, and it is stunning. What a great place to chill out and just sit in some, around the gum trees, and beautiful music on. They have DJ Driller, so that'll be a really good festival one, as well as a couple of other. Eldridge is always good for a party. And so, so there's some good festival ones there as well.
Yeah. And there's a shuttle bus. You don't need to drive between wineries.
That's right, yes. We're all about drinking responsibly here. We don't want any drink driving. There's no need for that. There's shuttle buses doing different loops, so you can pre-buy those online. I highly recommend doing that. And it helps just to work out where you're going as well, and pick your places to go to for the day. And it's a smart idea.
Now, Matriarch Wines, it's been around for, a decade now. So in terms of Clare Valley wineries, it's probably one of the newer ones. But you've always wanted to be involved in the festival.
Absolutely, yeah. So they even called me a young gun, which I thought was quite lovely, which I'm probably not. But yeah, we've only been here for 10 years, but I have been in the Valley since 2008 and worked for some other wineries. And I think that's what's so fantastic about the region, is that there are beautiful traditional family wineries and brands that have been here for an awfully long time. And then there's some fantastic new winemakers and new wines coming through. So there's something for everyone. You can't really luck out wherever you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about Matriarch. As I said, it's been around for 10 years. Matriarch and Rogue, sorry.
Yep. No, you're right. So it's a brand that's just my husband and my 9-year-old son, Oscar. That's basically the whole company. We change around who's the CEO at any one time.
I want to come on the days when Oscar's the CEO.
Oh, he is fantastic when he's in charge. It's all about let's ride the bikes and kick the footy. So
Perfect.
It's pretty focused. So we started it in 2014, and the idea was to make a wine named after my Nana Alice, who's the matriarch on my mother's side. and then it kind of expanded from there to the matriarchs, which is her sisters. So Nan's got four other sisters, so there's 5 matriarchs. And then we couldn't forget about the blokes. So the husbands are called the rogues. So that's where the name came from. So there's 10 wines, all from Clare Valley, all single vineyard, and all a tribute to the matriarchs and rogues and the characters in our family. So with a nice sort of push for, obviously, the traditional varieties, but I have a real passion and love for site appropriate or climate appropriate or alternative varieties, whatever you want to call it, because it just, that keeps me interested as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, it sounds like a great time. It'll be a great week in Clare Valley. Thank you so much for telling us about it, Marnie.
No worries, and make sure you come up. It's starting tonight and through until Sunday week, so there's no way you can miss out.
Yeah, it's always a great time. That's Marnie Roberts there, ambassador for Clare Valley Gourmet Week, but also the owner and head winemaker at Matriarch and Rogue. It is 16 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. If you've got an event happening in your neck of the woods this weekend, give us a call. Happy to give it a shout out. 8223 0000 is the number to call. If theatre is more your bag, you could head to the Dunstan Playhouse this week to see The Women in Black. Daniel McPherson is one of the actors in the performance and joins you now. Hi, Daniel.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good. I am very intrigued by this performance because I've never seen a live theatre, what is it, horror? Is it a horror? What would you call it?
I think you'd call it maybe. It's based on a gothic horror novel. It ran for 33 years in the West End. But look, it's definitely a ghostly supernatural thriller that's been performed around the world, and we've landed in Adelaide for the next 2 weeks with John Waters and myself. It is The Woman in Black. There is only one woman in black, and she does her best to scare theatre goers and ourselves throughout the course of the show.
Yeah, and I've been told it's really sort of jump out of your seat, scary at times.
Look, it's got a bit of everything. It's certainly historically been marketed as one of the most scary and thrilling stage productions around the world. It's only a two-hander, so it's only John Waters and myself on stage for the entire time, which keeps us on our toes. But it's on top of all that, it's got plenty of comedy in there. It's got some great heart to the story as well. And we had our opening night at the Dunstan Playhouse last night, and there were a lot of screams and cheers. And I got a message from someone on Instagram who said that she jumped out of her seat and poured red wine all over herself. And I heard someone in the audience when one of the moments happened go, "Oh, gee!" So there's all sorts of reactions, which is great. It certainly lets us feed off that energy up on stage.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds good. They didn't send you the dry cleaning bill, I hope.
Thankfully, I'm quite well hidden. Maybe the stage manager might have got that, but you never know.
And what made you want to be a part of this? Because, we know you 25 years on our TV screens. We know you from Neighbours and a whole bunch of other work. What made you want to say, I want to be in a 2-person performance on stage that's a horror, gothic thriller in the theatre?
Good question. I many years ago now, when I finished Neighbours, which is coming up 25 years ago, I moved over to London for 5 or 6 years, and I toured theatre, musical theatre, and some straight theatre as well, opposite the likes of Edward Woodward back in the day, which was one of my co-stars. It was wonderful to learn from, and I toured Godspell the musical, and I did a bunch of stuff, and that was sort of my version of drama school as a young actor. And I hadn't been back on stage for almost 20 years, and I had my first foray back into theatre last year in Melbourne at Her Majesty's Theatre, where I played the lead in a show called 222, which ran for 4 weeks, and it just reignited a real passion for theatre and for stage. And when The Woman in Black came across my emails, and I was going to be paired up with John Waters, who's got an incredible career as an incredible actor, an incredible human. I thought that's the kind of challenge I thrive on. It's the kind of play that has stood the test of time, and it's definitely, it's going to work because it's worked for over 30 years in one of the most, challenging and competitive environments, which is London's West End. And it's the kind of thing I want to sink my teeth into for for 6 months or so. And, I'd realised last year that it had been missing from the landscape of my career, that I really had been missing theatre. And I think any actor that continues to want to grow and improve and deepen their skill set and their craft, needs to involve a bit of theatre into that. So I'm enjoying it from seeing how much audiences are enjoying it, and I'm also enjoying it because I'm getting to work on my skill set daily, and that's very satisfying.
Yeah, I can imagine. And now hearing that and everything you've done in your career so far, and now as we know, you'll be at the Dunstan Playhouse until May 26th, but you've been to Toowoomba already and going and Brisbane, and then you're going to different parts of Sydney and Melbourne and Perth and Newcastle.
Correct.
What's next for you? You don't seem like someone that stays still for very long. After you finish The Women in Black, what are you off to do?
Yeah. Look, I'm definitely going to take a holiday, which is which is good. So my partner Jess is actually here from Adelaide. So we've got a wedding we have to go to in Italy, which sounds terrible. So that'll be a
poor
lovely
things.
Yeah, look, really going to struggle through that.
Yeah.
So we'll just take one for the team there and have a little time in Europe, which would be lovely. And look, one of the biggest sacrifices when you're on a tour like this and when you're working this hard is being away from family. So I've got a beautiful four-year-old son. Whose mother is also on tour at the moment, so certainly some family time and some downtime, and then probably back into some film stuff at the end of the year, which would be wonderful.
Nice. Did you say Jess is from Adelaide?
I did say Jess is from Adelaide. Yeah.
Oh, so what do you like to do when you get home? When she gets home, but you're an honorary Adelaidean.
Look, we both travel quite a lot, and we both have toddlers or our young children of our own, so. To be honest, it's as much downtime as we can when we're together. But I'm down. I do like a little run along the beach down in Glenelg and Brighton Way, and I found a couple of little cafes I like down there. And I love it down here. It's a nice place to get away and chill out for me when I'm in town.
Oh, nice. Well, I hope you do get some chill time, but you are on at the Dunstan Playhouse, as I say, until May 26th. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon, Daniel.
Thanks so much for chatting. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
You too. That's Daniel McPherson, one of the actors in The Women in Black at the Dunstan Playhouse, on now until the 26th of May. 9 minutes to 4 here on 5AA.
5AA is inviting you into the studio every afternoon. Head to the 5AA live stream. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland. The mighty South Aussies.
Get the outdoor living that you want at Garden Grove. Entertaining in the garden? Come and explore the range of new and beautiful outdoor furniture, water features, garden pots and giftware. It's everything you want. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove.
Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, the garden that I
Phone
want.
8251 1111 for delivery to all areas. Open 7 days.
Tax time is your perfect opportunity to treat yourself to a new Mercedes-Benz. Take advantage of impressive offers on select models, such as savings from $9,500 on the luxurious C300 sedan until 30 June. Make this time of year a little less taxing. Visit Mercedes-Benz Adelaide and Unley today. Terms and conditions apply.
Calvary SA's recently expanded breast and endocrine service is here when you need it, with immediate appointments available. Our focus is on patient care and helping you through your entire journey. Our expert team will guide you through every step, and with service providers all on site, you can rest assured that you're in good hands. If you have breast concerns, speak to your GP about a referral to Calvary SA Breast and Endocrine Service, North Adelaide and Elizabeth Vale.
If you've seen Aldi's low prices, you may have thought they're having a sale, but they're not. And here's how you can tell. If there was a sale, there'd be a horn going, wee, 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 and I'd be shouting, it's a celebration, as starbursts flash and confetti explodes. But there's no sale. Just low prices every day at Aldi on everything from fancy stuff like Liqueur neck firming cream to bread, milk and ankle grinders. Aldi, good different.
Feel good health catch on with Bupa.
Get up to 12 weeks free when you join on eligible products. T's and C's apply. For award-winning health insurance, search Bupa 12 weeks free.
Catching up with family and friends at home is always a special time. Preparing fresh, tasty food is equally important. Make life easy with a welcome hand from your local Barnacle Bill. Less time in the kitchen means more time with family and friends. Barnacle Bill's variety of nutritious, delicious food is ready for pickup or delivery. And remember, it's Barnacle Bill for seafood and much, much more.
IKEA's new lower prices on hundreds of products means you can make more life happen for less. Like more sleep-ins with the Brimness Queen Bed with storage for the new lower price of $399. Make it happen for less at ikea.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
6 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Thank you to David for the text 0448 08 1395. We were talking about the Kickstart for Kids period poverty fundraiser taking place next week. David said, Stacey, women's sanitary products should be free. David and Henley. I couldn't agree more, David. We don't really have a choice. But anyway, that's my rant for the day. Stephen Rose walked in. He's taken one of the wipes. Yes, I need the wipes as well because
Stacey, here, I'll
these
throw them
ribs.
to you.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3,
Go.
catch.
Thank you.
Oh, how's that on the Foodland live stream?
So
Oh my
pleased.
God!
How good are the ribs?
Isn't Friday the best? Are they
Oh.
pork ribs, by the way?
I have the recipe here.
And it's but it's the
I don't think
sauce
they
that
are
makes
pork.
it, aren't they?
They don't feel like pork ribs. They're quite meaty.
Okay, and the coleslaw. Well, I had no lunch today.
Oh,
I had
you're right. Pork ribs.
I think
pork
they were
ribs.
pork. I had
Yeah.
a busy day today. So to come in
I
to
know.
pork ribs and slaw
I know.
from Jarmer's Kitchen, the great Chris Jarmer, the Olympians are going to be very well fed over
They
there in
will be.
Ole Français. Can you speak French?
No.
I can count to 10.
Go.
Oh, no, hang on, it's Italian.
Duh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right.
Yeah, well done.
Crows
Did
v
you get
Collingwood.
some whiskey as well with your ribs?
Yes, that Lark whiskey is world class, made in Tasmania. I've gone through that brewery. I'm not good on whiskey.
Aren't you?
I have a couple of them and I go cray-cray.
Oh, no. Well,
I'm
the
off
show
the
this Savo is
reservoir.
going to be fun.
No, I haven't had one. Tim has.
You haven't had one?
He's had about 3.
I'll give you. Do you want some of
Are
these?
you? No.
Have a tipple.
I, no,
Have
I
a little
go,
tipple.
I go cray-cray.
Okay, sorry, I shouldn't peer
Are you a
pressure.
whiskey girl?
Oh, I'll drink it.
I'm off to Inverness in August for a really good mate's wedding in this big Inverness castle, which is not far from where Loch Ness sleeps.
Oh.
I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to do a whiskey tour. I'm looking
Do
forward
it.
to it. They
Yeah,
reckon
do
it's good.
it. My husband's a big whiskey drinker.
God, I could end up legs 11.
Yeah,
My
well-
wife will not let me drink spirits, and I don't class Aperol as spirits. I just get away with that.
Do you like an Aperol?
Oh, God.
Do you?
You want to see Loose
I did
Rowie?
not pick that.
You want to see Loose Rowie? You want to see me with Aperol spritzers a whole afternoon on. I go
It
next level.
sounds like mission to me.
Yeah, but real happy next level.
Yeah.
Off the planet, off the reservoir. The crap that comes out of my mouth, very similar from 4 to 6.
You have an Aperol pre-show, do you?
I love Aperol. Crows Collingwood tomorrow at the MCG. We're going to speak to Scotty Burns. They match up well. Looking forward to that game. I think they can win. I'm going to tip them. Port of Hawthorn Sunday. Hammer Hartlett will join us and Treaders. Big weekend of footy too. The state team, our Sample State team, will get on a plane tomorrow and they'll play Waffle. It's the 70th year they've been playing against each other at Optus Oval before the West Coast game. My little Colt's in it, which is great, so I can get home and see my family.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to get back and do that. But the big story today, and it is... Well, it's...
I know, we've been so busy, I've barely had a chance to mention it, but they've been talking
A-League.
about it in the news.
Yeah, the
Oh,
A-League
my
footballers,
God.
there's 3 of them. They've been charged and arrested. It's called exotic betting or spot fixing. So someone overseas goes, if you get a yellow card in this game, I'll give you 10 grand. If you get a red card in this game, I'll give you 50 grand. And then they all bet on it. They know it's going to happen, and kabang, they clean up. The integrity of the game comes under question. They're MacArthur players. It's unreal. And now, I mean, they played an elimination final last Friday, and they lost 4-0, and a player got a red card. And then it comes out today, so you think, well, wonder if that player did a divey dive and he's got 50 grand. And it's not fair if that player's innocent. So everyone gets
the whole team is now tarnished. The whole code, you'd never know.
The integrity is under question. We've had it in cricket. So you bowl one wide in the fourth over, you get this. If you can tell us what the weather report is, you get that. You take a diuretic, that's that. I mean, honestly, the integrity of the game cannot come under question. So our talking on the back of that is how easy would it be to get an exotic bet up or a spot bet for a player in an AFL game? Easy as. Because it's massive money.
Oh, don't.
No, but it is. I mean, it's scary.
No, I know,
is.
but how, did they not think they were going to get caught?
I reckon when you're hard up for money, you're going to do something that my dad always said, son, don't ever compromise your morals. Now, that's compromising your morals, is it not? That's called
Absolutely.
cheating.
Yeah.
So if you can live your life by never compromising your morals, that's how you treat women, how you treat people, how you do things, whether you lie, whether you got integrity, whether you got good governance, whatever. Just don't compromise your morals. They did, and look what's happened. They'll get a massive fine. They'll never play again. One of them's only young, 22. The other one's towards the end of his career, 33. And star players, I mean, that's it. They're done.
They're done.
Those Pakistani blokes got sent to jail. Never play again. Well, actually, one of them did because he was a good bowler. He made the Pakistan team again.
I don't think that'll be happening.
If you're a peanut and you do it, done. If you're a star and do it, well, you get a slap across the wrist and then next minute.
They can't. They need to be banned forever.
Well, I'm crossing myself. God bless Warney, but, you know, he's been down that path. Well, not charged, alleged,
No,
but he has.
This is,
he has been asked to give weather reports and that. And now, thank God they all said no. But, God, sport needs to be pure, Stacey. As pure as you and I sitting in this chair with wipes and just getting one of those big ribs straight down our tonsils.
And now I've got to get out of here so I can finish mine off. I've got to make some room for you.
You'd think I'd had 3 whiskies and you had none.
No, maybe we're having the opposite effect. It's putting me to sleep. It's firing you up.
Oh, I just
out. They're wrapping us up.
Sorry.
You've got to go. You've got a show to do.
I love your week. Well done. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too. Back at you, Rowie. Rowie and Timmy G on with you after 4. Thanks for your company this week. Thanks for your calls and your texts. Thank you to Pat for your help producing. I'll talk to you next week.
Sorrow is the sucker punch that takes the wind out of you. Just when you start to focus again, grief cloaks you in darkness. Then you feel yourself lifted into the light. Distinctive Funerals, clarity and compassion when you need it. distinctivefunerals.com.au.
G'day Australia, Shop and Win is